Good afternoon, fellow punchers. Mickey D back with you here with the Breeders' Cup jacket on again. I didn't wear it to bed. I took it off, kept it one side, ready for action again for tomorrow. We're going to go through the card for Saturday. There's 9 races. If I run short of time, I'll have to do a second video. I've only have the 15 minutes on this. There's 4 selections as well from England tomorrow, so I may have to do a separate video for that. I'll see how I can go. Good start again for the day today. We had 2 winners yesterday after finished. Light Parade went off an SP of 5-1 in Thurles, and Jungle Pros has gone in today. It was 9-2 yesterday evening, 3-1. Couple of more to run tonight. I heard through the grapevine that the big gamble is on what Harem 40s into 8s is not the connections money, wherever it's coming from. So anyone that sees this early, just be cautious. We'll see how it goes. There's money for Mena, all right. So the first race tomorrow at Keeneland is the 350. It's a fillies, a mare sprint, 13 declared over 7 furlongs. The youngsters call the sprint 7 furlongs. We'd call them 5 and 6. 5 of the last 15 favourites won. Odds on favourites, 2 out of 3 were beaten. Gameen was a 2-5 favourite last year. It was beaten. It was won by the Michael McCarthy trained CC. 9 of 15 had won a grade 1 prior to their last start, and 9 of the last 15 winners had a prep race in Kentucky on their last run. 3 3-year-olds have won it, 6 5-year-olds, 6 4-year-olds, and the last 3 winners were drawn 1-3. Although the long run to the first turn reduces the disadvantage of an outside draw, speed is more vital to get into proper position. CC is returning again at age 6. It won last year, but there's a speed duel that was set up that helped him as a closer. There's 5 3-year-olds, including Echo Zulu, who won the juvenile fillies 2-year-old last year. It's out of Gun Runner. It's 2 for 2 at 7 furlongs. It's 6 for 7 lifetime. Its only defeat was in the Kentucky Oaks when the distance was too far. Good night Olive for Chad Brown, a 4-year-old, probably be the favourite. It was last seen winning the Ballerina in Saratoga, grade 1 in August. It's out of Ghost Zapper, another classic winner. It's 5 out of 6. Its only defeat was on its first start. I'm expecting a blistering fast pace here that might set it up similar to last year with Obligatory by Curlin, another classic winner. Only 4 out of 11 was a deep closer for Billy Mott and the Judman colours. It'll be flying late. The faster they go, the better her chances. If you hear the commentators saying that they've gone in 21 and 43, we have a good chance. But if you hear them saying we went in 23 and 46, it won't suit. So the choice of the race is Obligatory. It's a 10-1 shot there with 365. It's 8-1 more or less across the board. I think they're paying 4 places in that race. The next race is the 429. You'd imagine they kept it to 430, but there's a reason they didn't, I guess. It is the turf sprint, 5.5 furlongs. 16 declared. Golden Pal last year won at 5-2. 5 out of 14 favourites. There was an odds-on shot. It was beaten as well. Betting suggests it's a 2-horse race between Golden Pal and Highfield Princess for the UK. Golden Pal is 4 for 4 at the track. Its defeats were in England on a straight track. It's better around the bend. Highfield Prince has won 5 out of its last 6. We tipped it up actually on Good Friday when it won a handicap in Newcastle. We deserted it a few times since, and it has won its last 3 were Group 1s over varying distances, 6.5 furlongs and 5 furlongs. Golden Pal is the choice. He's in trap 2. No, he's in 8, but he has the speed to get out. I tipped it, or I advised it there a couple of weeks ago as an anti-post selection for it. One that might run well, I thought as well, would be Imaratiana. It's drawn in 3, and it's sitting behind the pace. So that it was 4th last year in Delmare, and it's the Group 1 winner on good to firm ground in England. The next race is the 5:10. It's the Breeders' Cup Mile. Dirt Mile, 11 declared to run. 4 out of the last 15 favourites have won. Odds on favourites, 3 out of 5 have won. Life is Good won it last year. It was an odds-on shot. It's an interesting stat. 8 winners in the last, are in the top 3 in the betting, and 6 of the last 9 winners of this was in the top 2 in the betting. 5 of the last 7 had won their last start. 5 3-year-olds, 9 4-year-olds. The draw isn't a major deal. This year there's 4 3-year-olds, 1 5-year-old and 6 4-year-olds. Nick's Go in 2021 and Life is Good the previous year, last year, made all to win. And I think it's possible the 3-year-old Cyberknife out of Gunrunner might have the speed to burn them up as well. It's has 8 starts, 4 wins, a second and a third. It ran 18th of 20 in the Kentucky Derby. It won in Churchill Downs in June. It beat Taiba, who's running in the Classic in Monmouth Park, and the Haskell. It's grade 1 in July over 9 furlongs. To second to Epicenter in the Travers in Saratoga in August over a mile 2. And then it was third to Taiba and Zandon in the Pennsylvania Derby. I don't think the surface suited the horse that day, to be perfectly honest. I think that this might be too classy. It skipped the Classic to avoid running against the Wonder Horse. I make this my nap tomorrow. Cyberknife. Cody's Wish beat Jackie's Warrior the last time, but there was a speed duel up front, and I think Cyberknife is set it up nice for tomorrow. The 550 is the Fillies and Mares turf won by Japan's Loves Only You last year. 1 for 15 favourites. Odds on favourites, 0 for 4. So this is not a favourites race at all. It's 11 furlongs last year and it's 9.5 furlongs this year. That's because it's a different track than Delmare. 9 of 15 winners in the first 3 in the betting. 6 of them were the third favourite actually. Since it started in 1999, 10 of the 23 winners have been trained in England. The last 3 winners hadn't won their prep. Loves Only You was a 5-year-old, but a strong traveller. In Italian, probably would be the pace angle. It's 5 for 8, and it'll front run, and it has improved a lot since they used the sort of tactics like that. Tuesday's 2 for 9, but has 4 places, and it was third in the English 2,000 guineas, it was second in the Irish. It won the Oaks, then you see, over a mile and a half, and it was fourth in the Irish Derby, it was second in the Yorkshire Oaks. It's too big a price, I thought, at 7 to 1 in places. It's the shortest with the Irish bookie. I thought that was a rock solid each way chance tomorrow. I think O'Brien will have a right for the day. On the stats, I'm a stats man, as everyone knows, and I can't go with the favourite on that, even though we tipped her up and backed her when she won her Group 1 in France. Skipping on ahead to the 6:30, it is the Breeders' Cup Sprint. 11 declared. 3 of the last 15 favourites won. Aloha West won it last year. Jackie's Warrior was the favourite, was beaten at 1 to 2. Jackie's Warrior has won 10 of 14 and placed twice. It was 4th in the juvenile as a 2-year-old. Last year it was beaten as well. Its best trip is 6 furlongs. A good strong front runner. It's short, but it'll probably win. There's a horse down there at 33 to 1, and it's 40 to 1 I see now in places. There's CZ Rocket. It's an 8-year-old, but it likes the track. It has won twice at the track, and it was second or third in this when it was ran at the track 2 years ago. That'll be staying on. So that might, for anyone that wants a long shot or without the favourite market, CZ Rocket might be worth a play. The 7:10 then is the turf mile. The 16 declared. 7 of the last 15 favourites won. Space Blues for Charlie Appleby and William Buick won it last year for the boys in blue. 7 of the last 15 have European trained. Order of Australia won it in 2020. I think it was a 72 or 73 to 1 that day. And it runs again this year. Space Blues was a 5-year-old. There has been 6 3-year-olds, 8 4-year-olds in the last 15 years. There's been a couple of bailovers, but the market usually gets it right. Modern Games is the favourite. It won the juvenile last year when you couldn't bet on it when it burst out through the, or didn't burst out through the stalls. They thought it did. But it's out of Dubai. 12 lifetime starts, 6 wins in 4 places. 6 starts as a 2-year-old, winning 4. It won a Group 1 in France. Then it was second to Baid. You'd imagine it's 2 to 1, it's 3 to 1 yesterday, but it looks like that Modern Games is the one to beat in that race. Order of Australia may run well at the track as well, with a better ride than I got the last time. The Distaff is at 7.55. There's 8 declared, 9 furlongs, 6 out of 15 favourites won. Japan won it last year actually with a long shot. Oisin Murphy won it. The last 3 winners were aged 6, 5 and 5, but the most successful age group really has been 4-year-olds. This is a match race, you could say, by the betting with Nest and Malathat. Nest is a machine. I tipped it up and we backed it in the Kentucky Oaks and to second to Secret Oath, but it has really blossomed since. It won the Alabama and Saratoga and it won the Belgium last time. Malathat is out of Curlin. It's an AP Indy mare. Both of them out of AP Indy mares actually. The 2 of them are both bred out of Curlin, Nest and Malathat, but different mares. Malathat out of 13 lifetime runs, it has won 9 and it has 2 places. It was 3rd last year. It's 3 for 3 at the track, and it won the Spinster last time out. And Nest is 1 for 1 at the track. I'm in a dilemma which one to tip. I have history on both of them, so I'm going to do a reverse forecast between the 2 of them. And seeing that Malathat is 100 to 30 with bet 365, I might do that as a win bet. The 2040 is the Breeders' Cup Turf, and I'm going to save that, and I'm going to do the Breeders' Cup Turf and the Classic, and the 4 tips I have for tomorrow in the next video that will be up later in the evening. From the Bookie Basher, over and out.